Every time I see the French fries, I get hungry. Welcome to SportsCenter from Los Angeles. That is Stan Verrett, and I am Linda Cohn. And just 72 days ago, the Los Angeles Lakers were crowned NBA champions in a bubble in Orlando. Well, Tuesday, they were back home at Staples Center in L.A. to begin the defense of their title.
Yeah, Linda, after a very unusual season, the Lakers had a different type of celebration to commemorate their achievement. They got their championship rings, but they did not unveil their 17th NBA title banner. Team says it will wait until fans are allowed back so they can celebrate with them. So an empty building for the Lakers.
I thought I put a lot of just pressure on myself to score. I got into a good rhythm of making plays for the team. That's how I play. That's how I catch fire. I let the game come to me. I took the shots when they were available, and I didn't press. I thought that was the biggest thing. I didn't press for shots.
How about this? The Lakers did lead for a second in this game. They're just the third reigning champion to lose their season opener wire to wire over the last 25 seasons. The 11-12 Mavericks lost to LeBron James and the Heat, and the dismantled 98-99 Bulls lost to the Jazz. Time to welcome in Tim Legler. I feel like we were just talking about the finals, Tim, and here we are again.
Oh, man.
Let's talk
Short
about
off season for us, too, right?
Absolutely. Let's talk about Paul George. A lot of talk about him last year in the bubble, but he came out and really was the best player on the floor all night.
Superstar money requires superstar performance against the best competition, and that's what he gave him. And we know he's capable of this. He has the talent to do it. The key is he's got to do it at the time that they need it most, which is against the top competition, whether that's regular season like it was here on opening night, or at some point when you get into these postseason series. And at some point, they're going to have to get through this team in the postseason. And Paul George had everything working. And this is why he got that kind of money, because he's got such a versatile offensive game. He can take you off the dribble. He can post you. He can beat you in transition. He can take you deep. Whatever it requires, he can do it. The question is, can he consistently do it for this team in the biggest moments? He's disappointed with himself the way his season ended a year ago. Did not play very well at the end of that Denver series when they were shocked. I think this team is better, though, Stan. I think they've got parts that complement their two stars better with Serge Ibaka, Luke Kennard, and even Nicholas Batum. I think the Clippers are a better team, but all that really is going to matter is if Paul George plays as well as he did tonight, when he has to have it at some point in the postseason when they see this team again down the road.
Everything is magnified, Tim, when we're talking about the Lakers, including a season-opening loss to the Clippers. A lot of new parts for L.A., too. What are you expecting from them early in the season?
Yeah, I think they're using the beginning of the season almost like training camp, to be honest with you, because not only did you have a short turnaround, the shortest ever for an NBA champion in terms of time off, you also have new pieces you're trying to incorporate at the same time. So I think what they're going to do early is they're going to limit the minutes of LeBron and AD to around 30, which is what they were basically both at in this one. And now they're trying to figure out what are our best combinations. You've added a Montrezl Harrell, you've added a Dennis Schroeder, Marcus Gasol, Wes Matthews, and the list goes on. So now Frank Vogel has to take time that he didn't really have to use this in the regular season to incorporate these guys and figure out who does he want to ultimately start. What is his rotation going to look like in terms of those first 3 or 4 guys off the bench? And get everybody comfortable, get their legs under them. Would not be shocked at all if you saw the Lakers maybe get out of the gate to a 500 start over the first few weeks of the season. They're not worried about seeding. They know they've got the most talent in the NBA. And barring some sort of catastrophic injury to one of their top guys, Stan, I think this team has to be the prohibitive favorite to win another ring. So it's not about getting out of the gate, put your foot on the gas. It's about taking this time right now to ease your way into the season and hit your stride at the right time as you get closer to the playoffs.
All right, Tim, opening night gave us a team to watch in the East as well. We're going to take a look at them and then get back to you in just a minute.
In fact, they gave up 116, so the champs go down in game 1. Clippers take this one. Paul George got paid in the offseason, showed up big on opening night. The Clippers play the Lakers often to open the season, and Tuesday George became just the third Clipper to score 30 on opening night against the crosstown rival. Tim Legler back on board. Is the division over? No. Okay, what did you make?
Maybe a little early to draw those kind of conclusions.
What did you make from one game at least?
Well, a couple things. I think, first of all, both of these teams are better than they were a year ago, and I think that's really important to note, particularly with the Clippers, because they lost Montrezl Harrell. So a lot of people were wondering, will they even be as good as they were a year ago when they weren't good enough to get past the Lakers? And I think they are. When you look at the new pieces, I think Serge Ibaka fits better. Luke Kennard ultimately is going to be a little bit more versatile guard in that spot. Even a guy like Nicholas Batum defensively is going to be a big help. So I like this Clippers team better. Lakers clearly added more talent, but they're just going to take some time to round into shape. This one, to me, was all about Paul George. They paid him superstar money. He gave him a superstar performance. And if they want to win a title, and certainly that means getting past the Lakers, he's going to have to be a superstar when it matters the most. Now, this is opening night. It's one game, but it's a good sign for the Clippers that he came out and had that kind of success against the team that they directly are in competition with to get out of the Western Conference. This is what he's capable of. We know that. The talent's been there his whole career. It's undeniable. But the question has always been, can he do it for a sustained period of time throughout a playoff run and not have moments and keep moments in series when they need his performance to help get them through? He did not play very well last year in that last game to Denver. I think that was symptomatic of some other problems he's had earlier in his career. This is a great start to the year, and they need to see this again at some point when they see the Lakers down the road, because you're going to have to get through that same team to ultimately get your goal of winning a championship.
Yeah, and in the Lakers' defense, it's hard to shoot well wearing a diamond-encrusted ring on opening night. Clippers get the win this time. Tim, we'll see you on the next Sports Center. We're done with you for now. Thanks.
You got it.
2 NBA games tonight. We just talked about the second one. This was the first one. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving side by side in Brooklyn as the Nets took on Golden State. First game for Durant in 18 months. Irving and Durant both got off to great starts. Irving, 2, Warriors, 2. Then Durant only took 2 3-pointers, made that one, missed the other one. Minute later, no problem. Double team knocks it in. Under 9 minutes to play in the first. And 1. He made the free throw. So Durant has 8. Kyrie has 2. Warriors 6. Irving. Roll that 3-pointer in. Less than a minute later. Baseline. Durant can still dunk.
He'd be in like his 14th season in Seattle right now.
He's 32 years old now.
Yeah.
Kyrie's 28. Makes it with the left, as you can see. The Warriors, meanwhile, were shooting the ball like LA Fitness dudes. They had the LA Fitness shooting percentage tonight. And so the lead just kept getting bigger as Durant and Irving win in their debut. John Butchergrass, Kenny Mayne with you until midnight. Giannis, the NBA's reigning 2-time MVP, signed that big multi-year extension with the Bucks for the full 5-year, $228 million Supermax, including an opt-out after the 4th year, Kenny. They always opt out. Do not get him a gift card for Christmas.
Yeah, give to the Milwaukee food banks or one in your neighborhood. I think we're on until 1 a.m., by the way. But back to Giannis.
Oh, yeah.
About the time we all learned how to say his last name correctly,
Milwaukee
he
time.
became one of those one-name guys.
Yeah.
Giannis.
Yep.
Or Greek freak if
Yep.
you're into oversized nicknames. Cassidy Hubbarth, she called him an interview subject and then asked these questions.
Central Time, midnight.
Giannis, the largest deal in NBA history. When I say that to you, what does that mean to you?
If you've told me 4 years ago that I'm going to sign the biggest deal in NBA history, I would say, no, there's no way, you're crazy. Like, there's a lot of great players out there. There's a lot of people that's better than me out there. There's no way, especially if you told me when I was a kid, when I was 12 years old. No way.
Why did you decide to sign this year instead of, essentially getting the same contract offer and going through the courtship of free agency, which so many players say they want to experience? Why now?
I didn't want the pressure. Not me personally. I can deal with pressure. I didn't want the pressure, on my teammates, and my coaching staff, like going out there, losing a game and people talking about, oh, he's leaving, oh, he's staying, oh, they didn't play well, oh, he's out of there. Like that's adding more pressure to what we're trying to accomplish here.
Giannis finishes ferociously.
So what would making the next 5 years count look like to you?
getting better each year. I don't like wasting years. I don't like going through a season and not having a goal. So making those years count is obviously getting to the finals. One of those years getting to the finals, winning a championship in one of those years, maybe 2 championships, maybe 3.
The Miami Heat have just ripped the heart right out of the top team in the NBA, Milwaukee.
Recently, you made a reference that Michael Jordan lost in the playoffs as well. And you said, quote, needing to get hurt to win. What did you mean by that?
I want to win all the time, but it's not possible. There's never been a team that goes 82-0, and you got to respect basketball. You got to respect the players. You got to respect the effort that the other players put. Like seeing, Jimmy Butler in the finals, out of breath. You respect that. It's going to hurt. It's not going to be easy. And MJ went through that. LeBron went through that. A lot of great players went through that. You cannot expect that you just go and walk through the park and just win a championship. They're going to give you the championship. If we win a championship this year and next year a different team want to win a championship, we're not just going to give it to them. They're going to have to come and get it. They're going to have to come. You're going to get eliminated. You're going to get humiliated. You're going to get all those things part of being great.
Johnny talked about pressure in that piece there. There might be some pressure on the whole team, though, to kind of break through. I mean, Appleton post-Crescent will be after him for sure. But here's the thing. Giannis just keeps getting better. He's increased his scoring and rebounding in 6 straight seasons to begin his career. Sean Kemp right in there with that kind of streak.
Avery Johnson.
Yeah, Avery Johnson.